Welcome to Maximize Your Monday. And this week's quote of the week, comes from John C. Maxwell. Before I get into the quote of the week, I want to give a shout out to John C. Maxwell. He is a leadership mentor, advisor, coach, personal development speaker, author. The last time I checked, I want to say he's written close to about maybe over 100 books. And it's just ridiculous. Somewhere close to that. I don't know if he passed 100 yet, but he was close to it. And I want to share real quick two of my favorite books. I just hit the mic. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. But two of my favorite books is one, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell, and the 360-degree leader. 360-degree leader. If you haven't read those two books, definitely pick them up. And by the way, what I'll do also is I'll shoot over. I think I have a link. If you need to figure out where to get the book, I'll put it in the description and all that good stuff. But this week's quote of the week is, here we go. It is our decisions, not our conditions, that determine our quality of life. One more time, I'll repeat that. It is our decisions, not our conditions, that determine our quality of life. What does that mean? Like, if we really break that down, it's our decisions, right? It's our decisions, not our conditions. And I love the word decision, but before I get into that word, I want to break down that before we get to decide, we first have to be aware. So my question to you is, are you aware of your surroundings? Do you ever take a time to just stop, pause, and be still? Be still and listen. Be still and observe. Be still and read. Be still and watch, absorb, right? And then once you do that, once you are aware of your surroundings, aware of maybe what's working or what's not working, aware of what you want and what you don't want, the next step is you have to decide. Like he says in the quote, it's in our decisions, not our circumstances, that determines our quality of life. So if you want to change the quality of your life, you first have to be aware of what you want and what you don't want. Then you have to make a decision. And once you make a decision, you have to take action. Now, just that alone, knowing that those 3 steps, I'm in control. I don't know about y'all, but that makes me feel empowered. I feel empowered when I hear that. Like, wait a minute, I can actually be aware, look around, make a decision of what I want and what I don't want, decide, take action, and I can honestly determine my quality of life. That's major right there. Now, to get a little bit deeper, even listen to the word decision. It's in our decisions, right? The word decisions comes from decide. Decide. D means off. Like D is off. Side means to cut or to slay. You're cutting off from any other decision. You make a decision that, you know what, this is what I want. Conditions can change, right? Based on decisions. That's what you got to understand, that my conditions, because that's what he's saying in the quote, my conditions are not permanent. They can change because of this. I can say to myself, you know what? I'm in this condition. I'm in this situation, right? But if I make a decision to do X, Y, Z, I can change my circumstances. And by the way, it's not choices, because some people, oh, I got choices. No. It's not about choices. It's about decisions. That's what I want to be clear with, is that sometimes we think in life we can make multiple choices. The greatest things happen is when you decide, because choices mean you have options. Decided means you're cutting off all options and you're sticking to one. That's when it gets really real, really fast. Now, conditions. Let's talk about that real quick. Conditions. You know what that reminds me of? Circumstances. Because when you're in a condition, you're in a circumstance. You know what the challenge with circumstances are? They reflect where you're standing, right? Think about the word circumstance. Circle in which you stand. Circumstances, right? But the challenge with that is they tell people where you are, but not who you are. See, when I know who I am and what I'm capable of doing, and I'm a child of God and I'm made in His image and I have greatness inside of me, and I know and all things are possible through Him. Now I'm approaching a circumstance or condition in a much powerful way, in an empowering way, and I can make a decision to get out that circumstance because of where I am. You gotta realize, don't let circumstances, listen to me clearly, don't let circumstances define you. Let them refine you. So you gotta look at it like when I'm in a circumstance, I'm looking at it as like, not woe is me, like why is this happening to me, rather than why, instead of what is happening to me, why is it happening for me? Like for me, it's happening for me rather than to me. Now, here's what I want you to know. Circumstances may influence us. They may influence us, but they do not, hear me, they do not determine who I am. They don't determine the mood I am, because I'm in control. I decide that. There goes the word again, decide, decision. So your circumstances can influence me. They can influence it. But at the end of the day, I make a decision on how I show up. Me. And now, think about that real quick. External circumstances, internal response. And like I said earlier, because I know who I am and whose I am and what's inside me and what I was created to do and the power I have from within, the outside circumstance, the external, I allow my internal to help me with my external. Too many times people want the external to change. They want things to change on the outside, but they're not willing to change on the inside. So once again, going back to the quote, your decisions, not your conditions, determine your level of life. So if I'm focused on becoming a better me, growing, personal development, audios, reading books like I mentioned earlier, I can grow. But not just things I'm taking in, but also past experiences. Let me talk to someone today. Listen to me clearly. I'm gonna speak to someone today. And if this got to you, like, you know what, Max, thank you for that message. Give me a number 1 in the chat when I say this. Listen to me clearly. Stop letting your past talk to your present about your future. Stop letting your past talk to your present about your future. What do I mean by that? Sometimes we have these limiting beliefs about something that maybe happened to us in our past, something bad or something, that didn't turn out the way you wanted to. Or maybe something someone said and it brought you down. Think about that real quick. That's in the past. And like I said earlier, it may have happened to you, but what you got to do is flip the script and say, instead of why it happened to me, what was it for? Why did that happen? What was the lesson? See, I'm a firm believer in failing forward. I don't think failure is a loss. I win or I learn. See, I take the failure. If something didn't go out the way I wanted to happen in my past, if I was hurt or it just didn't go the way I wanted to go, I'm not looking at like, woe is me. I'm looking at what can I do differently next time, and how can I grow from this experience? So what I'm saying, I'm not allowing my past, once again, to talk to my present about my future. I have the power to choose my response from the internal to respond to the external. Like the great Jim Rohn says, in order for things to get better, you got to get better. I got to get better inside. Now, that comes to all aspects of life. relationships, career, health, they can impact my well-being. Now think about that. If I had a relationship, let's start with relationships. I had a bad relationship in the past. Imagine this. If I had a bad relationship, I didn't say because my first girlfriend broke up with me. I didn't say, oh my God, she broke up with me. Women are bad. I'm never, ever, ever again dating a woman. I didn't say that. I just said, okay, what did I learn? Maybe it was something that I did that relationship didn't work out. And then I can show up differently to my current relationship, right? I can become a better man because if I want better, I got to do better. Remember, be, do, have. If you want to have more or have better, you got to do better. If you want to do better, you got to become better, right? Career, same thing with the career. Maybe you didn't advance as fast as you want to in your last career, your last job. Or maybe you got fired. Or maybe you just didn't feel right at that job. Rather than having a grudge towards that job or towards that experience, or towards that part in your career, how about you look at that part and say, what can I learn from that? How can I show up to my next job a little bit more different? If you want different, you got to do different. Same thing with your health. If you go get checked up and the doctor's like, whoa, we got to work on this, this, and that. Now you know what you've been doing is not right. And you may want to consider watching what you eat. You may want to consider going to the gym a little bit more. You may want to consider drinking some more water, right? So these are all things that affect us by making a decision in our present condition to have a better quality life. But at the end of the day, I don't know if you caught it already, what it really comes down to. Tap yourself in the chest, say me. Say me. It comes down to you. We have to take responsibility. We have to say, you know what? It's me. It's on me. This is my life. I'm in control. I got to make a decision. Why is this happening for me, not to me? What can I learn from this? How can I become better? And rewinding to the beginning, you have to be aware. Aware of your surroundings, aware of what you want, aware of what you don't want. And once you're aware, you decide, make a decision, you cut off from anything else. And last but not least, you take action. Take action with personal growth, empowerment, and not just anything, just you got to do it through your conscious decision making. You got to make sure you decide. I once read in this book, it said, successful people make decisions quick and they change them slowly. You want to become better at making decisions quick. Like, you make your yeses, yeses, and your no's, no's. And that's it. Unsuccessful people, I heard, make decisions slowly and they change them quickly. I don't know about y'all, but I want to be successful. So I learned many aspects of life of what I want and what I don't want. And that allows me to make a decision much quicker because I already know what my goals are. I know what I want to achieve. I know what's aligned with what I want. If you come at me and ask me a question, if that doesn't align with my goals, my dreams, my aspirations, or it doesn't make some kind of an impact on this world, I'm most likely going to say no, decision made. If it aligns with what I'm doing, I'm most likely going to say yes, decision made. You feel me? Now, like I said earlier, I'm going to repeat it one more time because I think someone needs to hear this. I saw some people give me a number 1 in the chat. If you're feeling me on this, type of number 1. Stop letting your past talk to your present about your future. And what that brings us to is declarations. Declarations bring your future into the present. That's what I want you to understand. Declarations bring your future into the present. Now, I just said stop letting your past talk to your present about your future. What I'm saying with declarations, you can tell the future to come talk to the present. Why is that? Because with declarations, you're speaking as if it already happened to program your subconscious mind to say, already it happened, so I know how to act accordingly. Let me act out this declaration and make it happen, make it a reality. So you're speaking life into yourself. As the good book says, there's power in the tongue. You can speak life or death, right? So we just finished the quote of the week. What I'm going to transition to is a declaration of the week. And this week's declaration goes hand in hand with what I just talked about. I engage in activities. This is the declaration. I engage in activities that impact this world in a positive way. Now think about that. I engage in activities that impact this world in a positive way. Now, if you're declaring this upon your life, the next time you engage into an activity and you look at that activity for face value, you're looking at that activity and say, you know what? This activity right here, it's not going to impact the world in a positive way. What is your response going to be to the activity? I'm not doing it. That's it. I'm not doing it. So by you declaring this upon your life, I engage in activities that impact the world in a positive way. If it's not serving as something positive, I ain't doing it. If it's not serving as something positive, I'm not saying it. I'm not involved. I'm not gossiping. I'm not talking about other people. If it's not building someone up, why are we talking about it? If you've been around me for a good amount of time, if you're ever around me and I hear you gossiping about someone, you know what I immediately do? I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Are they here right now? Why are we talking about them? Oh, you want me to call them? How about we say this in front of them? Because if they're not here, why are we talking about it? Especially if it's something negative. Now, if you want to praise someone, like give someone kudos, I'm all about that. But if I hear someone gossiping, like, come on now, we ain't got time for that. So I engage one more time. I'm going to say it for the people one more time. I engage in activities that impact this world in a positive way. So when you go about your life, I want you to think about, what can I do today? What can I do today to impact this world in a positive way? Now you're aware. Remember what I said earlier? Become aware, make a decision, and take action. Now you're aware of, you know what, Max is right. What you give, you get. If I'm all about what can I do to impact the world in a positive way, what am I engaging in? Who am I talking to? What kind of groups am I a part of? Who am I hanging around? How am I serving people? If I'm focused on making a positive impact, what is that going to bring back to me? Now, if you go about your day with that focus, remember, declarations are speaking to your future to come to the present. I want that to happen. So what I got to do here in the present to get that? And when you align that and you got that focus, that's going to bring intention. Intention is going to make it a reality. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to speak on Maximize Your Monday. Like I said, we do this each and every Monday. We get the quotes from the Maximize Your Life Planner. This was a lot of work we worked on last year. We released it last year. We just updated it. Excuse me. We just updated it for the new year. So it has a new calendar in it. It is a write-in calendar, so you just write it in. But every week, we are doing the quote of the week and the declaration of the week. I hope you got value from today, and hope you have an amazingly blessed day. Let's go impact this world, and let's go live life to the max. Thank you so much for your time. God bless. Take care. And by the way, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, all that social media stuff. You know the deal. If you think someone can get value from this, tag them, share with them, send them a DM, whatever it is you do. I appreciate it. Because at the end of the day, I tell people all the time, one of the kindest gifts you can give me, if you truly got value and you want to say thank you, is simply referring this to someone else, because then you're passing the blessing forward, and that means more to me than anything else. So I appreciate the ones that are sharing, liking, commenting, and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for your time. God bless. Take care. And let's go impact this world, and let's go live life to the max. Peace out.